I recommend Sutera to not only growers and colleagues here in the Central Valley of California, but to other growers across the world. They offer top quality products to help you grow and sustain a healthy crop.
Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with Pacific Nut Producer Magazine, reporting to you from the annual Grape, Nut, and Tree Fruit Expo here at the Big Fresno Fairgrounds. It's great to gather again with the growers here, and one of our key presentations was the state of the almond industry with Richard Waycott from the Almond Board of California. We're grateful to have you here.
Great to be here.
And so, what can you tell us? It's been a tough year. I mean, the last couple of years has been a kind of a wild ride for not just almonds, but all the industries with the COVID and all the issues that followed.
So I've just completed 20 years in the industry, and I would say that there's not been a year or sort of 18 months like the past 18 months that we've witnessed with virtually every issue that could possibly have problems crop up. So it's been a very difficult time for agriculture in general in the western U.S., but certainly here in the valley for all farmers, it's been a very tough time.
So what do you see as far as harvest went? How did it go this year? What is our crop looking like? Quality, quantity?
Yeah, so obviously with the continued drought, a lot of our orchards were stressed and some very severely stressed. So we probably will see yields vary a lot up and down the state depending on where you are. We also had a frost earlier this year after bloom, and that certainly affected the northern part of the state, but also pockets. I just talked to somebody today from Los Banos that also was quite affected by the frost. So, on top of everything else, we had that impact. So our estimate for this crop year that we just finished harvesting is 2.6 billion pounds. That's down from 2.9 last year and down from 3.1 billion the year before that, which is the first time we've crossed the three number or used the three number. And the position report for October came out this morning, and it shows that we're down about 7% versus last year. If we were to hit the 2.6 on the dot, it would be about 11% below last year. So we're slightly ahead, but anecdotally, a lot of reports that the huller-shellers are finishing up quite early this year. So that would indicate that maybe the tail end of the accounting on the receipts coming into the handlers will show a drop-off here in the next couple of months and maybe be closer to that 2.6 number.
So I guess what growers are probably thinking is, okay, well, we got a shorter crop. Is that going to make up for some of the carryover and the challenges that we've seen as far as exporting goes? Is this overall, while it's really sad, for those that really suffered those loss in yields, this likely is better for the industry overall, right?
Well, I like to say that I really don't think we have an oversupply issue or a lack of demand issue, but we certainly had, again, this convergence of all sorts of factors, the largest of which I feel is the logistical nightmare that we had to live through with the export shipments being totally either delayed or lost completely because we didn't have the ships or containers or the chassis or the truck drivers, whatever, to get this stuff on the water. And that just created, because we had two very large crops before that, just I call it sort of an artificial inventory of old crop, the 2021 crop, that couldn't get moved. And so then it spills over into the current crop year at the tune of 837 million pounds, which is by far the largest carry-in we've ever had. And getting that sold, moved, so we can get into new crop sales and shipments is sort of what's going on right now. Complicated by the fact that Europe is really in quite a nervous state right now due to their inflation, the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, the winter coming on, and the insecurity around energy that they have across the continent. So the European buyers are a little more reluctant than they might be at this time. I think the good news is that it rained the other day. We had some snow in the mountains, and also the logistical pendulum is swinging back to more normality. The huge pressure on imports that we had during COVID has waned. obviously raising interest rates is cooling things off a little bit, and the import-export balance is in a much better place than it was 6 months ago.
Right, and any other things of interest, maybe, because I understand we've got the Almond Conference coming up shortly. Any thing you want to tease out to the audience as far as what they can expect and some exciting news that may be coming?
Well, we have the 50th Almond Conference coming up December 6th, 7th, 8th in Sacramento at the Safeco Convention Center. You can still register online. Just go to almonds.com/conference to do that. And we're expecting a great turnout. And then, as always, a very interesting combination of grower topics, as well as marketing, as well as policy, regulatory, all sorts of different topics that affect industry members will be addressed. We do have a sort of toned-down gala this year on Wednesday night, not on Thursday. We've moved it to Wednesday, so have a couple of entertainers there that'll be present, but we look forward to a great time of getting the industry together. A lot of international visitors coming over as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Richard, for taking the time and being here with us at the Grape Nut and Tree Fruit Expo, and we certainly look forward to your conference as well. Read more about it in Pacific Nut Producer Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.